Groovy English Podcast.
Hey there! Welcome back to Groovy English. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. We share real stories, useful tips, and everyday English to help you grow with confidence.
Wherever you are in your English learning journey, we're glad you're here.
If you're enjoying the podcast, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with a friend.
Let's get started.
Hi everyone, this is Mia, and welcome back to Groovy English. Today, I want to talk about something we all face when learning English, making mistakes. Yes, I mean those little errors that sneak into your speaking or writing and make you wonder, did I just say that right? But here's the thing, mistakes aren't the enemy. They're your greatest teachers. I've made hundreds, probably thousands, and I still make them. And guess what? That's okay. What matters is noticing them and knowing how to fix them. So in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through some of the most common mistakes English learners make, and I'll show you exactly how to correct them, with examples and simple tips. Let's start with something almost everyone struggles with: he, she, and it. You might think, that's easy, I know that. But when people are speaking quickly, they often say things like, my sister is a doctor. He works at a hospital. Oops. The mistake here is using he instead of she. It happens more than you think, especially when you're translating from a language that doesn't use gendered pronouns. Fix it by slowing down just a little. Think, who are you talking about? Male, female, or thing? Now, another big one, past tense mistakes. Many learners say, yesterday I go to the market. But the correct form is, yesterday I went to the market. The mistake here is not changing go to went. It's tricky because English has a lot of irregular verbs, and you can't just add ed to everything. What can help? Try making a list of the 10 irregular verbs you use most often. Practice using them in short sentences every day. Next up, articles, a, an, and the. Let me tell you, articles cause headaches for even advanced learners. You might hear someone say, I saw elephant at zoo. We're missing two articles here. I saw an elephant at the zoo. Here's a trick. Use before a consonant sound, and before a vowel sound, and the when both the speaker and listener know which thing you're talking about. Here's a mistake that's super common in everyday speech, prepositions. Let's say someone says, I'm good in English. But the natural way to say it is, I'm good at English. Good at, interested in, afraid of, these are collocations, or common combinations of words. To fix this, keep a little notebook or notes app where you write down the correct phrase when you hear it. For example, you might write, good at cooking. Interested in movies. Worried about exams. Now, let's talk about word order. This one is subtle. You might hear, always I eat breakfast at 8. The correct word order is, I always eat breakfast at 8. In English, adverbs like always, usually, sometimes, usually go before the main verb, but after be verbs. Try saying it out loud. I always eat toast. I usually walk to work. Make it a habit and it will become automatic. Another common mistake is with countable and uncountable nouns. People often say, I have many homework. But homework is uncountable, so we say, I have a lot of homework. We use much and many carefully. Much for uncountable, much water, much homework. Many for countable, many books, many friends. If you're ever unsure, use a lot of, it works for both. Here's a funny one I used to make, using too many words. Sometimes learners say things like, "Can you please kindly help me to do this thing quickly, if you don't mind?" It's polite, but too polite. Native speakers keep it simple. Can you help me with this? You don't need to use every polite phrase at once. One or two is enough. Be clear and direct, that's natural English. Let's not forget false friends, words that sound similar in your language but mean something different in English. For example, in some languages, actual means current. But in English, actual means real or true, not current. It's incorrect to say, "My actual job is very busy." The correct version is, "My current job is very busy." Watch out for these and double-check meanings with example sentences. Now here's something I want to say to everyone: don't copy your school English. At school, we often learn textbook phrases like, "How do you do?" or "It is a beautiful day today." Yes, those are correct, but not how people speak naturally. Instead of, "How do you do?" people say, "How's it going?" or "What's up?" To fix this, watch real conversations, YouTube, movies, interviews, and copy what you hear. That's the English people really use. Another one I see all the time is confusing say and tell. It's incorrect to say, "He said me to come." The correct version is, "He told me to come." Remember, say is followed by something. For example, she said hello. Tell is followed by someone. For example, she told me the truth. Next, let's talk about pronunciation. This is one of the most intimidating parts of English for learners. English spelling and pronunciation don't always match. For example, though, through, and thought all sound completely different. That can be frustrating. But don't try to learn perfect pronunciation all at once. Focus on being clear, not perfect. A useful trick I use is minimal pairs, words that are very similar but have one small sound difference, like ship and sheep. Practicing these helps you hear and say the difference more clearly. You can search for minimal pair exercises online and repeat them slowly, then faster. Another great way to improve pronunciation is to speak along with subtitles. Watch a video or show with English subtitles on, pause after each line, and repeat what the person said. Try to match the tone, stress, and speed. It feels like you're practicing with a native speaker. Here's a small but important mistake: not using contractions. For example, "I am not going." "He is my friend." These are correct, but they sound formal or robotic. Native speakers usually say, "I'm not going." "He's my friend." Contractions make your English sound more natural and relaxed. Practice using them when you speak. And then there's intonation and stress. Saying the right words in the right tone helps you sound more fluent and easier to understand. For example, if you say, "I didn't say he stole the money." Depending on which word you stress, the meaning changes. Stress is not just about pronunciation, it's about meaning. Another common mistake is using too many filler words. Learners sometimes say, like, or, too often when they're nervous. These are okay in small amounts, but try not to rely on them. Silence is okay. Think. Then speak. Let's shift to writing. One of the most frequent mistakes in writing is using run-on sentences or forgetting punctuation. For example, I like to read, I also like music, it's fun. This should be, I like to read. I also like music. It's fun. Reading your writing out loud helps you hear where the pauses should go. Speaking of vocabulary, another mistake is memorizing lists of words without using them. If you learn 20 new words but never say them in a sentence, they won't stick. Use them in context. Write sentences. Say them out loud. Make the word part of your real-life experience. Here's a fun trick. Use new words to describe your day. For example, if you just learned the word exhausted, say, I feel exhausted after work. This helps your brain remember the word, because now it's personal. Now let's talk about listening mistakes. Many learners understand written English but struggle with spoken English. Why? Because native speakers speak fast, use slang, and don't pronounce every word clearly. To fix this, start listening to real English every day. Podcasts, YouTube, shows. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. If you hear a phrase you don't understand, don't panic. Try to guess the meaning from the context. Then, go back and check it later. Over time, your ears will become more comfortable with the rhythm of English. Also, repeat what you hear. After watching a short video, pause and try to repeat the last sentence exactly. Don't worry if it's not perfect, just keep going. This builds fluency and memory. Here's something that really helped me: learn phrases, not just words. Instead of learning book, learn read a book, borrow a book, book a ticket. These are called chunks, and they sound more natural in conversation. Let's also fix the mistake of being too formal in casual conversation. At work or in writing, formal English is fine. But in daily conversation, we often use casual phrases. Wanna instead of want to. Gonna instead of going to. These are okay in speech, but avoid them in formal writing. A lot of learners make the mistake of focusing only on grammar rules. But real English is messy. People speak quickly, use slang, change grammar in conversation. Grammar is important, yes, but don't let it stop you from speaking. You'll learn grammar naturally by using the language. Also, try not to compare yourself to others. This is a silent mistake many learners make. You hear someone speaking fluently and feel discouraged. But everyone is on a different journey. You might be growing in areas they're still working on. Lastly, remember this: mistakes mean progress. If you're not making mistakes, you're not trying hard enough. Every mistake is a sign that you're practicing, risking, and learning. So the next time you make a mistake in English, smile. Correct yourself. And keep going. Because you're not learning to be perfect, you're learning to communicate. And you're doing amazing. One most common mistake people don't talk about enough is being too afraid to speak. This might be the biggest mistake of all. You wait and wait and wait until your grammar is perfect. But that day never comes. So let me tell you, You don't need perfect grammar to speak. You just need to start. Even if you make 5 mistakes in one sentence, it's okay. That's how you learn. Now, how do you actually fix these mistakes? One trick I love is recording yourself. Choose a topic, talk for 2 to 3 minutes, then listen back. Notice anything strange? Look it up, fix it, and try again the next day. This helped me so much. Another thing that helps is shadowing. That means listening to native speakers and repeating what they say, at the same time, like a shadow. It helps with pronunciation, grammar, and sentence flow, all at once. Also, don't just fix your mistakes, celebrate your progress. If you used the past tense correctly today, give yourself a little cheer. If you said, "I'm good at English," instead of, "in English," that's amazing. You're getting better every day. I want to end with this: mistakes are not a sign of failure, they're proof that you're learning. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall, get up, fall again. No one tells them to stop. And eventually, they run. You will too.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.